Gambhir and Rohit are under pressure following India's performances in the ongoing Border Gavaskar Trophy. Copyright AFP. If I was a selector now, it depends on what happens in the second innings, but if he doesn't make runs, I'd be saying, Rohit, thank you for your service. You've been a great player, but we're going to bring in Jasprit Bumrah as captain for the SCG. That was Mark Waugh before the second innings of the Boxing Day Test. Few cricket pundits have been as outspoken about the India skipper as the former Australia cricketer. Rohit has gone through an extended spell of slump in personal form in red ball cricket, and it may have affected his captaincy, otherwise known to be quite imaginative and incisive. In the ongoing Border Gavaskar Trophy Down Under, he has managed just 31 runs in 5 innings. This is after a disappointing 91 runs in 6 innings during the previous home series against New Zealand and a mere 42 runs in the home series against Bangladesh. In all, he has managed just 164 runs across 15 innings, averaging less than 11. Another player with such dismal numbers would likely have gotten the axe from the Indian team by now. Shubman Gill, for instance, has scored 60 runs in 3 innings at double Rohit's average, and remains on the sidelines. Yet, Waugh's remarks ultimately may come across as wishful thinking, as Rohit is all set to continue in the team. Incidentally, Rohit's second innings contribution at the MCG was a modest 9. The situation with Rohit is the proverbial elephant in the room. It is not that the authorities are oblivious to the writing on the wall, but they seem keen to avoid rocking the boat in the middle of an important away series. Despite reports suggesting that Ajit Agarkar has had a conversation with the Indian captain, it is understood that any such discussions will take place only after the series. Unless Rohit makes the unlikely decision to step aside voluntarily from the SCG 11, he is expected to lead the team in the 5th and final test, set to begin in a few days. Rohit himself is aware of his dwindling returns with the bat, and he took up the issue head-on. "I stand where I am standing today," he said after the MCG loss. "There's nothing to think about what has happened in the past. Obviously, few results haven't gone our way. As a captain, yes, that is disappointing. Yes, as a batter as well, a lot of things that I am trying to do are not falling into place. But, mentally, it's disturbing without a doubt. If you have come here, you want to successfully do what you are supposed to. If those things don't fall in place, that's a big disappointment." The hope among those in decision-making positions is that Rohit, the quality batter that he is, will roar back into form. They cite the example of Steve Smith, who struggled in the first 2 tests of the BGT series but bounced back with back-to-back centuries in the next 2 matches. Similarly, Virat Kohli's recent performances are also brought into the conversation. Over his last 23 innings, Kohli has managed just 359 runs at an average of less than 24 figures, not exactly befitting of the player of his stature. The argument is that if Kohli can be afforded a longer rope, then why not to Rohit? Role of Gautam Gambhir. Meanwhile, questions are being raised about Gautam Gambhir's role throughout the series. Since his tenure began, India were whitewashed at home against New Zealand, a rarity in international cricket, and a key spinner, an irrepressible match winner that is, has retired from international cricket. In the BGT, the team has made several questionable selection decisions. One such instance was at the MCG, where the management left Shubman Gill out of the 11 and opted for 3 all-rounders. There are obvious questions as to how much the coach is responsible for all this. Before the MCG test, R. Ashwin abandoned the dressing room and left home midway through the series, announcing an unexpected retirement. What is the role of Gambhir in that mid-series announcement? It is said that Gambhir had no role in Ashwin's retirement, and it is being said that the two shared tremendous mutual respect. However, at some point in the new year, Gambhir may be asked to address this matter formally. Additionally, there are claims that Gambhir does not engage in discussions about selection matters with the selectors, something that his predecessor Rahul Dravid used to undertake during his tenure. This raises the question, Does Gambhir have any influence over team selections, or is he cut off from those decisions? There have been questions circulating on social media suggesting that Rohit and Gambhir are not on the same page regarding many decisions, particularly in selection matters. While social media posts may not always warrant serious conversations, the issues at hand are important and are likely to be discussed behind closed doors within the BCCI, especially after the new secretary is elected, much like they were before the team left for Australia in November.